Hi everybody, Dan Owen along with Daily Racing Form's NYRA analyst Mike Beer getting set to talk about some Belmont Stakes new shooters. Blended Citizen just didn't break into the Kentucky Derby field. He was the one and only also eligible. After scratching out of the Derby, he bypassed the Preakness to prep locally for the Belmont in the Peter Pan, and he came through with flying colors. Yes, it was a wet racetrack, but Blended Citizen is kind of backing up that good synthetic turf form that he showed earlier in his career. He's very versatile. How much did this wet track help him?
Yeah, I don't know that I feel like he necessarily moved up. This track did have some moisture in it. It is harrowed. It's not like a super wet track. Maybe it helped him, maybe it didn't. I didn't, think it was a big move up for him. This is what I thought about the Peter Pan. And this is a horse who obviously is improving. He keeps improving, not by a lot, but he's improving little by little as racing goes on. When I watch the Peter Pan, and I want you to sort of weigh in on this and tell me if you agree with this or not, I think this horse ran fine in there. But I also feel like, trips are only important in races as they compare to the trips the other horses got in the race. I thought he got a great trip in that race. I thought maybe he just took advantage a little bit of a really contested pace, some horses who maybe didn't want to go that far. And Dan, at the end of the day, I'm not even sure I think he ran the best race in the Peter Pan. I think the runner-up might have run better than he did.
At the end of the day, he still ran relatively slow compared to the competition he's going to be facing in the Belmont, a career-high 90 Beyer speed figure. That's a far cry from what Justify has run in each and every start. This horse, though, has had some buzz since that last race. And you got to think that of the new shooters, he is going to be one of the wise guy horses. He has a little bit of pedigree. He's a half-brother to Looking at Lee, who was second in the Derby, fourth in the Preakness, and then was well beaten after getting into all kinds of trouble in the Belmont Stakes. Blended Citizen kind of looks like a closer to me, though, and I'm just not sure that kind of style works at a mile and a half. It's a big question mark for all of these horses. We saw him grind out the Peter Pan. What are your thoughts about Blended Citizen at a mile and a half?
Yeah, I don't really, it's hard to say what's going to happen when these horses get out to a mile and a half for the first time. I don't really feel like he's one of the horses that the distance works against. He seems like the kind of horse that will just sort of stay on all day long, which I guess that's a good thing for him. And listen, maybe the Belmont Stakes will set up better for him, or set up well for him again as the Peter Pan did, and he can run on at the end. You sort of allude to the fact that he could be one of the wise guy horses in the Belmont Stakes, and if he is, I just really don't want any part of it.
Well, wise guy could mean 15 to 1.
It could, that's true.
Is that a fair price for Blended Citizen?
Yeah,
a horse like Banjois that we've talked about already, probably along the 30 to 50 to 1 range, trying dirt for the first time, a mile and a half. What's a fair price for Blended Citizen, and can he challenge Justin?
Yeah, I don't think that he's a real contender in the Belmont Stakes, but I do appreciate the fact that he probably will stay on, and he is getting better from race to race, so he has that going for him.
He is a versatile horse that has won on turf, synthetic, and on local dirt. Winner of the local prep, the Peter Pan Stakes. But he's got to get faster. That's Blended Citizen for trainer Doug O'Neill, one of the Belmont new shooters.